Matt and Ali Shepherd are living the dream. They've sold their house, bought a Hanse 445, and next year they're taking their 3 young children on a 6-month cruise up the Australian coast. At the moment, they're based in Melbourne, getting to know their new yacht. I caught up with them to chat about how their lives have changed. Tell me, what do you think is the best thing about this boat?
Oh, there's so many things. Just the design layout, I think, is the most fantastic for us as a family of 5.
Yeah.
So just nice and spacious downstairs and up here, and all the clean lines, and it's virtually pretty much flat, so there's lots of area for the kids to lay and chill out on. So,
Yeah. So with the downstairs layout, you like the fact it's got 2 sofas, 2 lounges.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Just so that you don't feel like you're all squashed around the one table. It's makes a big difference to the feel of the boat.
Yeah. And was that a big consideration for you when you looked at? Because I know you looked at lots of boats, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah. It definitely was. So, and also where the kitchen's situated as well, because Matt does a lot of the cooking. I cook quite a bit too, but just to be able to stand there in the kitchen and still be able to talk to everybody that's in the saloon without having your back to them is, I think it's nice.
Yeah. Fantastic. And you really have sold your house to buy this boat to sail off and do the whole of the Australian coast, yeah?
Yes, definitely.
Fantastic. So you're really going to live the dream, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. And you're not a sailor, no?
No, not at all.
No, so you're learning as you go?
Yes, it's all very new to me, and I look forward to the challenges that lie ahead, even though they are a bit daunting.
Yeah, and I guess you're thinking that the kids are just going to get the most amazing education through this.
Yes, I think it's invaluable for them just to be able to learn some life skills and just appreciate being on the water and the animals and the beautiful country we live in. I think it's going to be fabulous for them.
And it's a very precious family time.
Yes, it is. They grow up too quick. Yeah.
So you're a sailor, so what's you like to sail?
Oh, amazing. Probably that's the one big thing, not having actually sailed on a Hanse previous to buying it. We sort of had a look on them, and we did everything except sail on one, so that was I suppose a bit of a plunge for us to buy something we didn't know how it sailed, but that has been one thing that's been fantastic, is how well it does sail, and that's for me. Ellie likes pretty cabins and big beds and all that sort of stuff, which is fine, but I want something that sails well and is tough out in the ocean, and it's all of that. It's quick, so we're enjoying a bit of club racing and,
doing well with that?
Doing well, yeah. First winter series. And,
and did you say you've got the worst handicap? Or the,
yeah. There's a couple of yachts this size, but we seem to be the most sleek so far, so we've been handicapped the hardest, but that's all right. I think they got the handicapping pretty right. So, but we're just learning and getting a bit quicker every time, and we're happy. So.
And you're just sailing with a self-tacker?
Yeah. We've got like an asymmetrical kite as well, but for the club racing, we're not using that. Just using the main and the jib, and it's all good. No complaints.
Good. And you brought the boat down from Sydney, didn't you? And had some slightly tough weather. Just coming around the point.
Yeah. Well, I think we got a bit of a false sense of Bass Strait. We sort of just cruised across there, and sunny days, and it was all nice. And then we hit Wilson's Prom about 10 o'clock one night, and it just exploded. And I think we had about 35 to 40 knots. And
wow!
So for a couple of hours, we just hung on, and it was good.
Boat was fine, obviously.
Well, that's one of those things, isn't it? That until you test the boat, you don't know what it's capable of. So each time the boat is tested, it just gives you more confidence that it can go through these things, and it went through really, really good.
Awesome.
It's the people that are the weak link, not the yacht's definitely not the weak link. It's just trying to keep all the crew happy. At the moment, the boat seems to be able to go through anything. So
fantastic. Which must give you a lot of confidence going away with your family.
Definitely. And since we've bought the yacht, I think getting to talk to people, the Hanses seem to be very highly spoken of in regards to their seaworthiness, and that's just another thing that I suppose just gives me more confidence and makes me, realise that we made the right decision, and it's all been good. It's all been a good experience. So
Great.
very happy.
Tell me, what is the best thing about your boat?
I think it's probably sailing it and going it and seeing all the animals.
Yeah, what animals have you seen?
Holly. We've seen 28 dolphins. We've seen a baby seal in the marina. We've seen a big mother or daddy seal on the seal platform, and we have seen a mummy whale, a baby whale, and a big daddy whale.
Wow. Did they jump out of the water?
Yes,
Whoa.
because we saw bubbles going. The big one must have gone under our yacht because there was all bubbles on each side, and then it jumped out of the water.
Well, okay, Summer, how old are you?
8.
You're 8 years old, and what do you think of your lovely new yacht?
It's awesome.
Why is it awesome?
Because I got my own room, and because you can see lots of places and animals.
You tell Debbie the standard meal on the boat when we take it out for a sail and watch the sunset. What's
What
the
do you always
standard?
have?
What do we always have for dinner with the pasta?
Wait, I know. Bolognese.
Because it's easy.
No. So you have pasta and bolognese, and you sit and watch the sunset.
Yeah. And we've gone fishing.
Oh yeah, did you catch any fish?
Yeah, my fishing rod's called a starfish and mini flathead.
No, a pinky.
Pinky.
Oh wow. So a bit too small to eat, but still fun.
Yeah,
So, hi Paddy, how are you today?
good.
Yeah, and how old are you?
6.
6. And do you think you're very lucky to have a nice new boat to play on?
Yes.
Yeah? What's the best thing about your new boat?
When we go out sailing and see lots of animals.
Yeah, and what's your favourite animal that you've seen?
Seals.
Seals. Are they big and round and fat?
Yeah.
With whiskers, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're stinky.
Are they?
That was going like this to me.
Oh, cool. Have you done snorkeling before?
Not very much time.
Oh, well, by the time you finish this trip, I reckon you'll be a 10 out of 10 snorkeler. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've even been practicing snorkeling at what was it? At Pelican Park.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. And give yourself a score out of 10 for doing this video just now.
Okay.
What do you think?
Good.
Say 10 out of 10 or 100 out of 10 or a million out of 10?
10 out of 10. I would never say a million out of 10.
No?
We pulled up and Mary gave us a contact in, I can't think of the little bay, where Lavender Bay, where beside the bridge and where Luna Park is, and we sat out there with the kids and had dinner, and they were watching Luna Park and stuff, and all the kids went to bed, and Ellie and I had a cheese platter and a bottle of champagne out there tucked under a rug, and was just watching all the lights and stuff, and it was just spectacular.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking this is just like the best spot in the world, you know. I was thinking it was like $45 for a mooring for the night. I think it was the only mooring we paid for while we were away. I thought it was like the best view in the world and the cheapest hotel room ever.
You're living the life, you're living the dream, aren't you, at that point? Yeah.
There's times like that where you kind of pinch yourself and go, like, how good this? Coming back again, I think it was forecast to be blowing 25 to 30. And Ellie said to me, oh, what's the weather going to do? I said, oh, I think it's going to be pretty windy actually. She goes, I'm a bit worried about that. And I said, well, it's probably going to be a bit rough for you and I don't want to scare you. I said, what would you think if I took you in a dinghy over to the ferry?
Yes.
And you just got a ferry and a bus back to Bayview, and she said yeah, and she goes, "Oh, what about you and the yacht?" I said, "No, I reckon I'll be right." I said, "I just have to drop a mooring and you know, get away from that fine, and I'll be no worries." And yeah, so I went and scooted her across to the thing, and they had a fun day with that. I think it was a Sunday in Sydney. I think it cost her $9 for 2 ferry rides and a bus ride, so that was good. And then yeah, I just motored back, attached the dinghy to the back of the boat, got everything organised, like just trying to go through everything in my head, and got my life jacket on and my harness and everything, and got myself organised. And it was like, in the end, I suppose you go over things in your head, and you know, you go through different scenarios and something, but it was just so easy. You know, if you had to pull up an anchor or something, you'd go, oh, you know, a bit trickier. But to just drop a mooring, the boat just starts floating backwards. You walk back down, jump on the helm, and take off.
Exactly.
And when I went out through, I think we were not far from Doyle's where we were moored.
Yeah.
I went out into, you know, Sydney Harbour, chucked the main up, and went out through the heads, and didn't have much breeze. Maybe I don't know, about 8 knots. And I was sort of motor sailing, and I didn't want to. I thought I won't put up the headsail because it's going to be not dead downwind, but pretty close to it. I thought, oh, the self tacker might sort of flap around a bit, so I thought I'll just put the main up, and you know, that's easy to manage. And yeah, got out there, and the wind picked up a bit, and turned the motor off, and I had the best sail. I was like, woohooing! I was just so happy with myself. I had it up to 14 knots. I think I saw about. I was looking at the true breeze, and that got up to about 24 knots of true breeze. I thought I'll switch over to a parent because that doesn't look so bad. A parent breeze of about 17, 16 knots. So probably got up to 28 knots or something like that. Had the full main up, and it was just so easy. Had the autopilot on sort of half the time, my helm the other half, and just had the most easy sail down there. And that was, I think we'd owned the yacht for 5 days. And I'd taken it out on my own and had the best sail. And
so you arrived at Pittwater just beaming like a kid.
Yeah. I couldn't stop telling everyone, had up to 14 knots, had up to 14 knots. Everyone was sick of hearing it. It was just such a satisfying feeling to think this yacht could just be so easy to sail on its own. You know, having Ali not had a lot of experience, I suppose you think to yourself, well, you know, how's that going to affect us? You know, in certain situations. But I think when I dropped the mooring, I walked back down to the helm, and I didn't leave the helm for the whole trip. From, you know, Pittwater up to from Sydney Harbour back to Pittwater. I could do everything from the helm. I think I came down here at one stage and grabbed my phone and walked back up there, and otherwise I was just at the helm, and everything just took care of itself. Yeah. It's just too easy, I think, and that was probably a factor in buying the yacht as well. Was when I was younger, we had a yacht called an Olex, and that had a self-tacking headsail, and that was one of the things I remember from that yacht was just the ease of sailing it. Yeah. You know, you think about how many hands you need when you're tacking and doing bits and pieces. Yeah. Well, that's just one less hand that you need to be able to, you know, the other day. You know, the self-tacking headsail. You know, surely you want more sail area. I said, well, maybe. But I think once we've got probably 7 or 8 knots of wind speed, we're, you know, as quick as any other boat on the water, you know, comparable size-wise. And it's just so easy to handle. And what we've found is you get actually a heap of power from the headsail. Like, we're very quick to reef, like probably in 13 or 14 knots we'll put in the first reef, and in, I don't know, 18 to 20 knots we'll put in the second reef. And it does not impair your speed at all. Like, you'd think, you know, with a self-tacking headsail, you look at the balance of sail and you think, well, you know, the main's going to be giving you, you know, a greater percentage of the power that you're sort of gaining out of your sail area. But not at all. Like, to sail in, you know, I suppose with the family, if I had 15 knots, I'd put 2 reefs in, and I'd have the headsail up, and we'd still be flying, but we wouldn't be heeling as much, we wouldn't be getting overpowered, and it takes that element of nervousness out when you have got the family there that, you know, you know, if you do get a gust or whatever happens, the boat's a bit more settled, and it's just speed wise doesn't worry it at all. Like it still just powers through the water. So that's for me. That's what I want. You know, like I want to be able to go quick. No, don't want to sound too blokey, but you know.
You gotta have what you want. You gotta have what you want. You want, you know, you want to go. It sounds to me like you want to go quick, but you also want the family, you know, the family's safe and not feeling scared. So it seems like you've got that balance.
Yeah. Well, Ellie wants something that, you know, is a functional layout, and you know, the bedrooms all work well and that sort of thing. And entertaining wise, I suppose that's what she's enjoying about it. But for me, you know, it's every second Sunday when we do the race series. It's like I start counting down to the to the weekend, and I think the race starts. I think we head out about 10 o'clock. Get up quickly at home, have breakfast with the kids, get down here and start
Feeding around in the boat,
start tinkering, coffees for the crew. Like I think even when Mary was out with us, she hadn't spent a lot of time on the 445s. And you know, they obviously get each new model brought over, and they've got trust in Hanse that they're developing the right production to sell and whatnot. But yeah, they had a sale with us, and you could see the smile on Mary's face because she just knew that she's got something good to sell, you know, which just makes their job that bit easier, doesn't it? And
and also with Mary and Pete, they are absolutely, all of them, determined that they want to sell you the right boat. They don't want to sell you something you're not happy with.
No.
You know, they really want you to be happy. Happy customers.
And they just, well, they took good care of us, so, you know, we've ended up with exactly what we wanted from a yacht, and we were taken care of, and, you know, that's why we'll bend over backwards to help them, you know, whatever it is. Have you down here, or take people out, or do anything. We'll do it because we were just taken such good care of during that whole process, and it's a nerve-wracking process, you know, like you talk about buying cars and buying houses and that sort of thing, but buying a yacht, there's so many different factors that go into it, isn't there? And it's pretty easy to buy the wrong yacht, isn't it? I'd say so.
Yes. And in your money, you know, you've got that fear, right? I've handed this money over, and then it's going to Europe. Is it going to disappear? You know, I don't know whether that's something that crossed your mind, but you want to know that you're dealing with a company that you think, okay.
Oh, the contract arrived in the mail, and we signed all of that, and then we sent that back, and then we had to just go to the bank and transfer the deposit. And Ali's going, we haven't even met these people yet. And I go, oh, well, the contract looks pretty good. Let's hope it's not getting, you know, embezzled into India or something like that. But, no, it was all good.
It's sold a lot of yachts now.
Yeah.
You know, 200 Hanse Group built yachts. It's a lot of boats.
Hopefully we'll be up there for the rally next year. I don't know what date it is. It's always late March, isn't it?
It's such a good day.
There's every chance our yacht might be up there, but our yacht should be up there actually, but whether we're up there or not will be a different story. And hopefully it's that. If it's 2 weeks before Easter, we might be alright. We might fly for the weekend. And because we'll probably early March we'll take the yacht. I'll pick a week in March where the weather looks good, then we'll zip it up to Pittwater. And then we might, you know, get them to do a few things for us, whether the boat needs to be, you know, boat might need to be roundly fouled by then, or who knows what. And then, if we can hopefully snag it so we can zip up there and do the rally. And then, 1st of April, the plan is to sail up there, you know, to fly up there and jump on the yacht, and off we go.